Welcome back to Sarah's Joyful Journey. This video is going to be documenting my 72 plus hours of my first fasting attempt for my fasting challenge that I'm going to be doing for the next 8 weeks. Figured it was a good way to start. I'm going to start, it is July 28th, so it is a Sunday, and I'm getting ready to eat dinner, and I'm going to begin after dinner. This puts the first chunk of my fasting is going to mostly be asleep. I'm excited, I'm ready, and it's going to definitely be a challenge, but it's going to be worth it. One other thing I'm doing tonight is I'm going to go for a second walk after I finish my dinner. And two, I'm gonna go make my husband hide the scale under my end table so that I would have to get down and literally physically pull it out because I do not want to get on that scale until my fasting challenge is done. I logged my weight this morning, but the point of the fasting is, yes, weight loss is the desired outcome, but that is not the focus. The focus is going to be me working through whatever food issues I still have left. I know I'll be doing lots of water, lots of walking, and lots of reading, and maybe even lots of journaling. All right, let me go ahead and show you what we're having for dinner. And then when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll let you know what time it is and start my official clock. So here is my last meal until lunchtime on Thursday, which is just longer than 72 hours. But I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna go up and do a walk on the treadmill for a little bit. All right, it is 6 o'clock. Dinner was fantastic. So I am planning to go from 6 o'clock Sunday night. Technically my 72 hours would end at 6 p.m. on Wednesday night, so I could technically have dinner. However, I want to extend this first fast just a hair longer because I'm really hoping my blood pressure will drop, and I have a doctor's appointment for a follow-up for my 1 week on my wrist at 9:45. So I'm going to try and push this until between 11 and noon. I should be home by noon on Thursday. So that'll give me, so 6 to noon is doing some math, making my husband do math, huh? So it would give me a 90-hour fast. That is quite a challenge. And if I can make it 90 hours, the remaining 72 each week is going to be easy, much easier. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go get dressed and I'm gonna do my walk, and I will check in and let you know my thoughts in the morning and then tomorrow evening, just to let you know how it's going. What am I struggling with? What issues are coming up? If anything come up this first one, I do not have a way to check my blood sugar. I'm really not worried about that. I know it's going to drop, but I also know it's not going to drop too low because I've been keto for quite some time. So my body is used to the fat burning and adaptation and things like that. So I don't feel that I need to actually track and measure ketones and all that kind of thing. This is mostly a mental challenge so that I can deal with mental blocks that I have when it comes to food, which is mostly in regarding to stuff like cookies, which I did have earlier today. But yeah, so I'm excited to get this challenge rolling and share this process with you. So I will check back in as it goes along. Good morning. It is the morning of my first day of my fast. So I'm like 13 and a half hours in. It's 7:30. Ghost and I just finished walking. How far did we walk? I think 3 3/4 of a mile. Yeah, we did 3 3/4 of a mile. And I am going to get some water and some electrolytes and cool off. And then I am going to clean up and then just relax a little bit before I have to get ready for my interview. All right, so let's get some water going. It is 9:45. Normally this is the time when I would eat breakfast, and while I'm not hungry, I mentally want something. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea. I'm not going to sweeten it, and then I'm just gonna sip on it, and this will give me like the feeling that I'm doing something, that I'm having something, even when I'm not really having anything. My wrist is a little sore today. The bruise hurts a little bit more. But I'm gonna try to power through without taking medicine because the ibuprofen definitely needs to be taken with food. So does my Aleve. If it gets too bad, I could probably take a Tylenol. It's really not. I'm just achy and uncomfortable. All right, let me go ahead and make some tea. And I'll show you what I'm having. I just turned my water on. I'm going to use my Royal Albert. This is the Friendship series, so I love this one. And then I'm going to have some toasted coconut almond bark, which is a decadent black tea. There's no sugars or anything like it. It's just black tea, rosehip, green tea, chamomile, chicory root, natural coconut and almond flavors, and licorice root. So 0 calories, 0 sweetener. It should be pretty palatable. So I'm going to do that. One thing I did notice, Royal Albert came with some new pieces for the 100-year collection. So hopefully over the next few months, I will start adding some more of that. I just got to figure out which pieces I want. They also added some new tea for ones, and yeah, there's like so much that I want to get. All right, I'm gonna brew my tea and then go do Kinobi on the couch and get ready for my interview. It is 1:45. My interview is in 30 minutes, so I am all dressed and ready to go. Not that it matters because it's a Zoom interview, so technically you're only going to see about from here up. I'm going to do my best to keep this hand out of the way of the camera because this will bring up questions that I don't want to answer in this job interview. I'm just going to keep that to myself. So I put my ID on my left, and I'm going to try to remember to grab everything with my left and keep the right completely out of view. But I'm still working on my first jug of water, and I did put some the Keto Chow fasting drops in there, and I'm really liking these. I used a whole capful in that, and it's helping. So I'm mentally hungry at this point, but I'm not actually really physically hungry. Water helps with that. The cup of tea helped. So I'll probably have some more tea later when it gets closer to dinner time and I'm naturally wanting something. But once my interview is done, I'll pop back on and let you know how that goes. And then I'm heading out to the bookstore because I have a coupon that I'm going to use. And that'll just be fun just to put around the bookstore and get some extra steps in and things like that. And then I'm gonna come home and then I will head up to the gym up here and get back on the treadmill. And I'm gonna try to do another 2 to 3 miles just to help get my steps back on track. And then I will probably also call it an early night. And I'm getting much closer to that 24-hour mark. So I'm less than 6 hours away on that, which is wonderful. And then I've only got more than that to go, but that's all right. Okay, well, I'm gonna go read my book for the next 15, 20-ish minutes, and then I'm gonna pop on and do my interview, and I'll let you know how it went. It is 3 o'clock, and I just got back from the bookstore. The job interview went well. I've been moved on to an in-person interview, which is now scheduled for Wednesday, which will be before this video comes out, so you'll just get the whole job interview update thing all in one thing. But I'm feeling conflicted. And here's why I'm feeling conflicted. It's an hour away. That's quite a bit of distance. I could get I could get a sun pass and I could pay tolls and I can get there a little bit more reasonable. But that's gonna cost me like $15 a day. And then I'm looking at gas. The shifts are fine. The shifts are 8 to 4:30. But I could be working weekends, holidays, all the stuff that I already do. Or they're 12:30 to 9. So then you throw on an 8-hour shift and 2 hours of driving. You're at 10 hours right there. And that doesn't include time to get up and get ready. And yeah, plus I was looking at the reviews. There's a lot of turnover. I said there's little training. It's a lot of pressure. And a lot of people don't stay very long. So I'm trying to decide if the distance kind of makes up for that. The fact that I'm also losing $3 an hour doesn't necessarily sit well with me. I would be losing that anyway because everything else I can look at is right at that $15, $16 an hour. But everything that's close to home is part-time. So I also at the same time feel like it's my best shot. So I'm just feeling very, very conflicted. And I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna go for the next one because I just need to see what the drive is like, see what the office is like, see what the work environment is like. And I may get there and it may work out and be just fine. But we'll see. I don't know. But I did get 2 books at the bookstore and I had a $10 coupon and one of the books I got was on sale. So I guess I'll show you that one first because I didn't know it was on sale until I walked up to the register. But the first book I got is The Hurricane Wars. This is a Star Wars retelling or Star Wars fan type fiction. So I'm really excited about this one. This one was a $30 book. It was on sale for 15 bucks. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't even know it. It was just rang up and that was the sale. And then I got this one because everybody says it's really cute. And I'm reading a Megan Quinn book right now. I just started it today. It is Highland Fling and it's funny and it's cute and it's light. So I have a feeling that this is also going to be just as good. So I went ahead and picked up those. So now I'm going to get some more water and I'm going to change and then I will go up and do my second walk here in just a little bit. And I'll touch bases with you guys again soon. So far, I'm doing pretty good. Not really hungry, a little hungry, but not too bad. So yeah, so it'll also be interesting because my interview is right in the middle of my fast, which also could just be a very good thing because then I just won't be stressing about it and I won't be stress eating because I've taken that off the table. All right, well, I will check in again with you guys in just a little bit. So it is 8 o'clock, which means I'm 27 hours into this first fast. I'm feeling really hungry. I am going to stay strong and I'm not going to eat, but I think that trying for 90 hours my first go round is probably not going to happen, even though I have a very valid reason for doing it. So I've had water and electrolytes. I am hydrated, which is good. And I have a book that I'm going to attempt to read. And I will probably go to bed a little bit earlier than anticipated or than I normally do, just so that I can get some extra sleep. Because if I'm asleep, I won't be worrying about the fact that I'm hungry. Hopefully I will make it through tomorrow. Usually somewhere between hour 24 and hour 48 is when I can totally drop it and lose it. So if I can get to hour 48, that's fantastic. And if I make it all the way through to hour 72, I'll be pretty impressed with myself, especially since I kind of have a lot of stress right now going on and I'm trying to decide what to do about this potential job. Do I take it because the job market is tough and I think that opportunities are going to be scarce? Or do I go ahead and just do it because I'm pretty sure at this point that they're going to offer me the job? But yeah, it's a lot to think about and a lot to do. So I'm going to drink some more water. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go make some lemon balm tea and I'll have some unsweetened tea and sip on that, and maybe that will help make me forget that I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go do that. It is hour 39. I've been up for a while. The alarm went off at 6 to go walk with Ghost, but I didn't really feel like it. So I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna go run some errands. I need to either get shoes and or an outfit for my job interview tomorrow. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is I think I wanna get pants and shoes because I wanna wear pants mostly because I just don't want to shave my legs and everything else is either a skirt or a dress. So I think that's going to be my plan, get pants and a pair of shoes. because my Birkenstocks, while they're comfortable and I love them and I wear them all the time when I'm not at work, they are not appropriate for a job interview. And neither are my tennis shoes. So I definitely need to get dress shoes. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to make myself a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna put some electrolytes, some of my Keto Chow fasting drops in my water. I have already decided that I am going to eat at hour 72. I had good reasons for making it 90. I don't think I'm gonna make it 90. 72 at this point seems totally doable, as long as I keep up with the water and have occasional tea, because I had a glass of tea yesterday. I'm gonna have one today. It really does kind of like help because I sip it. It gives a different feel. It just kind of is a placeholder. Thankfully, I haven't had too many food issues arise this time around, other than just being a little hungry. And I'm really, if I'm being honest, outside of right around hour 24, I'm not even that hungry right now, which is pretty cool. So I think 72 hours, it's gonna be good. We're gonna go to Aldi. I'm gonna get a steak and I want bread cheese. So that is what I'm going to have. I know I should be cutting down on dairy, but right now, I'm gonna have some dairy. I'm gonna just have to keep it limited, but I am gonna focus on being meat heavy again, because I've gotten too lax with non-meat heavy foods like cookies. Yeah. So we're gonna get that back in perspective, and I've got to, like I said, run that errand, and the day is going pretty good. So I'll check in throughout the day as I get things taken care of, and check in and just let you guys know how my fast is going. But so far, so good. And yeah, I'm over halfway. So I'm almost done there. If you really think about it, I'm getting closer to being done than I'm not. So I'm excited about that. All right, it is almost 3 o'clock, so I'm about 45 hours into the 72-hour fast. It's been a long day. We have been what feels like all over Kingdom Come and walking. We went to 2 different malls, but I scored 2 new outfits and 2 pairs of shoes and 2 more job interviews. So I'm super, super excited. I have a phone interview on Friday for a job in Claremont, which is where I live, working for a bank. And then I also have to do a recorded video interview, which they sent me the questions and then I just have to answer them. And that is for working at, I think it's a receptionist for a State Farm agency. So I'm really, really excited about that. So as soon as I get home, I will be doing Tea Tuesday. So you'll have to watch that if you haven't already watched it, because it'll be coming out before this. But so far, chugging along with this fast quite well. I just need some electrolytes and I will be feeling a little bit better. So I'll check in soon. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. on day 3. So I have 12 hours left in this 72-hour fast. So I'm doing quite well and chugging along. I'm getting ready to head out the door to take Ghost for a walk. And then I have a job interview today and a bunch of stuff to do. So I need to grab some water real quick and then head out the door and go for a walk. I'll check in soon. All right, it is 8:30. I'm waiting for Matt to get home so we can head out the door for my job interview. I am gonna stop and I'm gonna get some lip gloss. I am not a makeup person, so I don't think that it's worth it to get a full face of makeup right now and wear makeup when I don't wear it. But I do want a little bit of color on my lips because that will just help my lips pop. I'm thinking like a pinky color. But I chose the black and white striped outfit, so I'll move the camera down a little bit. And then I picked this necklace to go with it. So I am ready to go. I have my bandage on. I put the neutral color. Some more ink came off, but not enough. So I think with the sleeve and even with the little bit of bandage, it's not going to be super noticeable. So that should go really, really well. I am definitely hungry. I can make it to the 72 hours. I can make it to the 72 hours, but I am hungry. I'm going to get some more water, some electrolytes that will help me feel a little bit better. I don't feel awful. I just feel like I'm a little light on my electrolytes and need a little bit of a boost. So we're going to do that. But my energy has been great. My brain function has been great. Everything has been great during the 72-hour fast, or what I've done so far of the 72-hour fast. So I'm really excited to repeat this again 7 more times over the next 2 months. And then the plan is to take a break for a couple months, and then I'm going to refocus, and I'm going to hit it again and just do it in a cycle. 2 months on, 2 months off, 2 months on, 2 months off. And hopefully that will help me get to my weight. I did step on the scale this morning. My scale at first told me I lost 20 pounds in 3 days. So that was not accurate, obviously. And then, so I changed the batteries because I thought, okay, maybe the batteries are dying, because even it told Matt he was even about 20 pounds lighter than he is. So I was like, okay, this is definitely a fluke. As I thought it was. I did not get excited when I saw that I was 20 pounds lighter in 3 days. That is it's unrealistic. It's not happening. And then I got back on the scale after I changed the batteries, and it says that I have lost a pound. I don't think that's accurate either. When I did research, it said that most people lose about 10 to 12 pounds during their first fast. I am again going to be tracking for overall loss over the 2 months, but I was curious. And I'm kind of glad I did, because now I realize that my scale needed the batteries replaced, but I'm wondering how much higher I actually was before I replaced the batteries. So it's all right. We're just going with it. It keeps telling me that I'm losing more muscle and gaining fat. I don't understand how it's doing that. Maybe at some point in the next year, I'll save up and I'll pay for a DEXA scan that will give me a good representation. I have the N-body, which is when I was taking the Mounjaro and I went to the doctor's office, they used an N-body too. They used a more professional version. Obviously, I have the home version, but it's still frustrating, and I was ready just to chuck the scale out the window. So I will gladly not be getting on it again for the next 7 weeks, and we'll see where I end up in 7 weeks. I know what I have to do, and I'm going to do it. It's going to be meat heavy because meat makes me feel best. I know that there are people out there that can thrive on vegan, or so they say. I'm not convinced of that just based on my research, but I don't get to pick for you, just the same as you don't get to pick for me. And that's the beauty of Health Journey, is we get to decide what works best for our health. And I do best meat and fat heavy. That's what makes me feel best. That's what makes my brain feel the best. That's what makes me feel the most satisfied. So I am going back to that, and I'm cutting out all the unnecessary treats. I will allow meat, veggies, and keto chow because keto chow definitely makes my journey sustainable for me. I don't have it every day. Normally, I did last month. I had it a lot, and I was glad that I did that challenge, learned some things, but now I'm excited about this new challenge. I'm excited that tomorrow I go for my 1 week post-op, and hopefully I'll be fully cleared to do everything. I still might need a few weeks of taking things light, which is also okay, but I look forward to the fact that I could start lifting weights again and doing push-ups and things like that, and working on more muscle building instead of just cardio. I walk for my exercise because that's what I enjoy doing. All right, well, I have rambled enough on this little diary. I will check in after my job interview, number 1, because I've got to come home and I've got to do number 2. So yeah, busy day, and I'm excited to eat dinner, and I'll show you what I end up breaking my fast with. And then yeah, it'll be a good wrap up to this video. And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. It is 3 o'clock, just after 3 o'clock. I still technically have 3 hours to go. But for about the last hour and a half, the only thing I've thought about is food, because I'm really, really hungry. But I'm kind of determined to make it, so, or at least until like 5 o'clock. I might start cooking dinner at like 5 o'clock so that I can be eating around 5:30. I might start dinner at 5:30. So I can be eating around 6 o'clock so that I will have still made it the full 72 hours. But this last little bit has definitely been difficult and been hard. I'm glad I'm at home. That will be helpful. I haven't been as busy today, so I think that could also play into a factor in it. And I'm sleepy, but it's gone really, really well, and I'm really, really proud of myself for as far as I've made it. I will show you what I eat for dinner when I finally break my fast. I do need to go for a second walk, but honestly, that is not happening until after I eat some food because I am definitely feeling tired. Like I am ready to eat, which is good. I'm glad that I'm there. I am going to check my blood sugar again. I just got a Keto Mojo today because I wanted to track. And when I checked a couple of hours ago, it said it was 99. And my blood sugar should not be that high after not eating for 72 hours. So I'm glad I have it and that I can check things and get them back into check. I think coming off the Mounjaro, maybe my blood sugar did rebound higher than I thought. Even though I used the sensors for a while, it's nice to have the Keto Mojo. My ketones were great. They were at 1.2, but the blood sugar was higher than it should have been. And that just could be stress. I had just gotten home from the job interview, so there's other things that can be in play. But what I am going to do is I am going to check it again right before I eat and then 2 hours after I eat, just to make sure that it's back on track. And then I'm going to check it again in the morning. I am glad that I will have it for my next 72-hour fast because I'm going to be checking in and making sure my blood sugar is doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is going down. So I know that I've made the right decision to do the fasting. Even my face already is looking less puffy and less swollen, and that is a fantastic thing. So I'm excited to continue this journey, and I have made it basically the 72 hours without much issue. Right now I'm just hungry and I just want to eat. But I'm wanting to eat meat. So that is the only big thing that has been different. I haven't had to deal with too many emotional or stressful issues. I've been able to just kind of just glide right through it. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But I am super excited to eat dinner here in just a little bit. So I will check in when I eat. Okay. It is just after 3:30. I need to eat. I just can't go any further without eating. But by the time I'm done cooking dinner and I actually eat, I will have gone 70 hours out of 72. So that to me is a huge win and success. Plus, my friend Nancy invited me over this evening to visit with some other friends. So I'm going to take advantage of that and use that as my excuse to just go ahead and start dinner and eat that. It'll be a little bit closer to 4 o'clock when I did it, but I did just check my blood sugar has gone down. It was a 92. I don't know how well my meter is working, but we'll see. I will evaluate it over the next several days and just see how things are going. But my ketones were 1.2. They went down to 1. So I'm still fat burning, which I'm very, very happy about. But I'm super excited that I'm going to eat dinner. I bought a ribeye steak, so I'm gonna have some steak. And then I have a bag of salad. We're gonna have some salad. And I might even throw in a couple eggs. But we'll see. The steak should be good enough. Steak and salad. Let's just do steak and salad. Let's not have a huge meal. Let's just have a normal meal. That sounds like a good thing to do. All right, well, I am going to get my meal together and I'll show you what it looks like. Well, there's our dinner. We each have a ribeye and some bacon Caesar steak. I'm super excited to go and eat this. It is now like 10 o'clock at night. So I ate my dinner that I showed you. It was delicious. And then we went to my friend Nancy's house and we had so much fun. We played Uno and just chatted with some other friends. So I'm getting home a little later than I anticipated, but that's all good. So if you want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so every time I upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. We will chat again soon.